Hello guys, welcome to another episode in Race&Tune. I'm Vic.
I'm Nick.
And today we're gonna show you the Chevrolet Cruze 2018.
So I've been driving this car for a week now, almost a week, and I love it. I didn't expect to love it so much because they don't sell so many. So I thought they're like a little bit behind in technology and stuff, but actually it's really good. I'm really surprised. I love this car.
Yeah, I'm also impressed of the interior of the car too. The outside doesn't look really well. Doesn't look really good.
I love the daytime running lights actually. I think they're really good. I think they just copy from kind of Audi daytime running lights.
Really?
Yeah, definitely like the old A4 maybe. Some of these are copy. But I love everything here. What you touch is a soft touch material. The glove box.
No, I agree with you. Like I'm
The
completely.
interior is really good.
I am surprised of this car's interior. It has soft material. It has plastic as well.
Yeah, the plastic is here on top, which kind of sucks.
Well, most
but
of
you don't
it,
really touch it, because it's easier to clean. I guess that's why they did it like that. And to save some money.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's a budget car, guys.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a budget car, I think that's a good choice. So we're gonna start with the price.
How much is this car?
Okay, so this car is a compact car. It starts around $16,000 depending on the trim level you want to purchase and the gadgets you want to purchase along with it.
Okay, and hit me with the horsepower.
Okay, so the horsepower is 153 horsepower. The engine is?
The engine is 1.4. And I'll tell you what, we drove a lot of small cars. And you remember the one that we drove in Vegas? The
Nissan?
Yeah, that car, we drove a Nissan Sentra.
Yeah.
With
exactly.
that car struggled, the engine was so small, it couldn't get any speed, and this moves so seamlessly. Like, it's not a big engine.
And it's quiet. It's not like the Nissan where the CVT transmission pumps in that fake sound inside the cabin.
Yeah,
and
this is not a CVT.
Yeah.
This is a 6-speed auto.
There we go.
And they have actually 7-speed dual clutch.
And they also have a manual.
And manual, yeah. But the engine and transmission, they're very really good, and they're dialed, and the car moves seamlessly. The engine doesn't struggle. It does really good on fuel economy as well. And I think this is a lot of people buy this just because it's a city car. It's really good to drive it in the city. It's spacious enough, actually.
It is actually spacious. It doesn't look spacious from the outside, but the inside, when you get in, I have a lot of room.
You have a decent storage space. You have 2 cup holders. You have more storage here and more here. And side pockets are quite big.
The side pockets, I haven't seen such big side pockets on a compact car. You can fit literally 2 big bottles in here.
Yeah, and you have also USB port, auxiliary port. I'm impressed.
We have heating seats as well.
Yeah, not that we need them in Florida.
Yeah.
But however, the screen is big, and it's touchscreen, and it works very well.
Yeah, I agree. I really like the graphics on the screen. So what does, in terms of the infotainment system, what does this car offer?
I'm surprised. You have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Wow. And the competitors like Toyota Corolla, for example, they didn't feature that in 2018. And this 2018 car.
Wow, that's a big jump.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
Very, very big jump in a competitor with the technology point of view.
And also, I'm very impressed. The steering wheel is very nice. Everything is nice, and it works quite well. It's just really good small car.
True.
Everything, the way that the interior is laid out, it's really easy to get in, and you know where it is. Everything. You have your AC controls. You have your volume knob as well. You have some steering wheel, which are kind of basic.
These are pretty big vents, by the way.
The vents are pretty big.
The moment I stepped in the car, it was pretty cold, and my feet froze instantaneously.
The AC is really good as well. Also on the fuel economy, I think that's a big plus on this car. So the big plus why a lot of people buy this car is the fuel economy.
So what's the fuel economy?
You tell me.
Okay, it's 37 city and 41 up to 41 highway, which is not bad at all. And probably combined it's gonna be somewhere in between 35, 36.
And I drove this car mainly city for the past couple of days, and I can easily achieve 34. So tell me about the trim levels.
That's amazing. There are three main trim levels. One of them is L. You have AOS, and you have AOS automatic, and you have AOS manual. And the starting price, like I said in the beginning, is around a little bit under 16 grand. And then the more gadgets you choose to get with the car, can go up to 18 grand.
And that's still pretty cheap.
Yep.
For such a nice car.
And we're talking about new car prices here. It's not second hand, it's brand new from the shop. Even though you can't really purchase Chevy Cruze anymore because what did they do? They discontinued them.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Last year of production was early 2019 as far as I know.
Yep.
We couldn't find any 2020 Chevrolet Cruze. And it also comes with two styles. One which is this particular one we're driving today. It's a sedan, and we also have a hatchback.
And I'll tell you, the trunk on the sedan, it's pretty good. It's a good size trunk. You can fit a lot of stuff. We're gonna show you footage later, but overall I think this car is great. And unfortunately they discontinued the car. I think what I would say
Why
is
did they discontinue the car? Do you know?
Well, because they don't sell enough. Because Toyota and Honda, they just outsell them.
I think so, yeah.
But it is what it is. You can purchase this car now. Actually, the price on this car used, they're gonna drop. So you can purchase this car pretty cheap.
Yeah, second hand probably you can get it maybe around 10 grand, if not less, because the depreciation of this car is pretty high, I guess, since the competitors. Yeah, and so you've been driving this car for how long?
Almost a week.
Okay, and can you tell us something about you don't like about it?
That's a good question. I was about to say that. So I'll tell you what I don't like.
Even though it's a short period of time.
Yeah, I think overall it's a great car. What I don't like is the tire noise is quite a lot. It doesn't have a lot of sound deadening, and the reason is just because it's kind of economy car, cheap. They want to keep it light as possible so they can get the best fuel economy.
Okay, makes sense.
And that's it. Oh, I think maybe something that I love on cars is if you have keyless entry and push start button.
Is that one of them?
No.
Oh, come on.
But I think that'll be a really good future for this car. Unfortunately, I think it should be standard on all the cars.
Yes.
2019, 2020, it should be standard on all the cars.
Yes, but since this car, this is the basic trim level.
Yes.
This car probably doesn't come with that feature. But if you purchase the AOS, which is the higher trim, it comes with keyless entry.
Yes. I'll tell you one thing that I think that's the big plus on this car is the screen and the infotainment system.
Yeah.
I think that's a big advantage. The Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I was surprised when I got in the car. I didn't expect that.
Did you try the graphics? Did you connect it to your phone?
Yes. And it works pretty well. The touchscreen works very well.
It's not laggy?
No.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Guess I was surprised with something I didn't tell you about the car before we get inside. Guess the feature that this car has, and no other, I think in this class doesn't.
The fact that it has 4G.
It has 4G, yeah, that's true. No, something else.
Okay. I have no idea. What is it?
It has an auto stop function on the engine.
What?
So when you stop on a traffic light, the engine shut down.
Really?
Yeah.
And wait a second. So the Corolla, the Toyota Corolla, or the
No, they don't have it.
they don't have it?
No.
What about the Honda equivalent for that? What's the Honda equivalent for
Civic?
that? Civic?
No, they
No?
don't have it.
Oh wow.
And
Nice.
also, it works very well. Usually, the old version of the beginning of this technology, they work terrible. I mean, the whole car was shaking. It was laggy to start the engine again. This system here works perfectly fine. I was impressed.
Nice.
And if you don't know, at the beginning I didn't even notice. I didn't know that this function actually works and that it's on. And the first couple of times, I didn't even notice.
If
I
something
just
is-
saw that on the odometer, it just the car died, and I didn't realize that it has a function.
so that the battery went down.
Well, it's a
so
Chevy. That's no. I wouldn't be impressed with that, but
Yeah.
it can happen. But I was surprised.
Well, yeah. Well, if we're talking about what's the Volkswagen equivalent to this? Do you know?
It's gonna be Jetta.
Maybe Jetta?
Yes.
Jetta has it.
Yeah, the German rivals they're pretty good in technology, and they have quite a lot of features.
The Jetta has it because I drove one of the newest Jettas once, and same experience as you. I didn't even notice it at first, and then on one of the traffic lights, I noticed the odometer was pointing 0 RPM,
Yeah,
and then I noticed that
it works very well.
it works.
So when you get behind the wheel, you drove the Jetta.
Yes.
We drove Nissan Sentra, and I think this was better than the Nissan Sentra.
This is definitely 100% better than the Nissan Sentra. No offense, Nissan.
Send us a car if you want to test it. We can compare.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out Nissan. Also, I'll tell you what, it has automatic transmission. The competitors, the rivals, they have CVT.
And this also offers manual if you want to purchase it,
Yeah. At this, I was completely
which
surprised.
I was surprised too. Yeah, most of the nowadays cars, the newer cars, they don't offer
Yeah,
manual
unfortunately, manual is
transmission.
dying.
Hashtag dying.
Save the manual.
Save the manual. Dead manuals.
So you get behind the wheel, drive, and let me know how this compared to the Jetta. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I will definitely.
So this is your first time behind the wheel. What's your first impression?
Yep. It's I would say average because yeah, it has a good feel, but it's average feeling. You're not behind something, you know. You're not behind something amazing for that kind of class, compact car class, but it's not bad. The steering wheel is kind of plastic all over.
Yes.
It has, it has the traditional buttons, voice control, pick up the phone, hang up the phone. You can control your gauge cluster in the middle.
Yeah, but every car has
yeah.
in this class.
Yeah.
The steering wheel actually is really good. It's very light. I think this car is the best in the city. It's the steering wheel. I mean, you're gonna see it when we start driving.
Let's start driving. And see.
It's very light steering wheel. So, what do you think about the engine? How does it pick up?
It does pick up pretty good. We're gonna floor it in a second.
Yeah, I think the car is.
Have you floored it yet?
No, I didn't have to. It has the power, enough power for the car.
Yeah.
For the size of the car.
It is quiet right now, which means
Actually, the engine is shut down.
yeah, the engine is shut down and it is super quiet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not noticeable either.
You can't even notice. And when does the engine start, it doesn't have the lagginess of the old start stop.
Well, the only car I actually, like I told you, drove with automatic start stop was the Volkswagen Jetta, the 2020 or the 2019, the new generation of Jettas, and it was pretty good. I'm expecting the same from this one too.
The engine just started again.
The engine just started, even though I didn't.
Oh, because
I didn't put my foot.
it needs electricity to
Yeah.
for the AC. We live in Florida and we have the AC
Yeah.
blasting all the time.
It has to. And we have a couple of R8s behind us actually.
And actually, the power is very linear. The engine is very smooth, and with the transmission, and you can't really it shifts very smooth. You can't really tell when does it shift.
I agree with you with the steering wheel being light, and also yes, the car does start right away after you pull your leg off the gas, and it's pretty quick. Yeah,
It's a pretty quick for this class.
yeah, for this compact class car it is pretty quick. It's quick enough.
Yeah, I think it's quick enough.
Yeah, to get you around the corners and you know, overtake other cars if needed in emergency situations. So yeah, it's pretty good.
What
I
do you
don't
think
have
about
any
the seats?
complaints. The seats.
The driver's seat actually is electrical adjusted.
Okay, so yours is not.
No.
Okay, so we have one electrical adjusted driver's seat.
We have one driver usually, so we're good.
I guess, yeah. So we have one seat that's electrical adjusted. That's what I meant, and the passenger is not.
Do you like the seat?
Yes, it is pretty comfortable.
It has some
I
bolsters. If you
wouldn't-
can see here, it has some
Yeah,
bolsters.
it does have bolsters.
And it's pretty
bolsters.
comfy.
Won't complain about that. It is like regular feeling. What I like is it doesn't have leather, and the place we live, which is Florida,
We don't like
very
leather.
hot. We don't like leather anyways. So I wish my car didn't have leather. What's that material actually called? Do you know?
Cloth.
Yeah, cloth material. Keeps you cool, especially if you have the car on AC. Your back is not gonna stick to the seat. I really like the shifter.
It's very small and it clears a lot of space there.
Yes.
Do you want to floor it now?
It's in a
Let's see.
straight
What
line.
does it have? Yeah, it didn't like
Yeah,
that.
it revs.
It doesn't. It doesn't like that.
It shifts one gear, maybe 2 gears, and yeah, it revs a lot, but it does not sound like the Nissan Sentra CVT.
Yeah,
Definitely.
way better.
Yes, way better. And yeah, no complaints. The dashboard, I really like the central console. The odometer and speedometer, pretty cool.
They're very simple, but they works very
simple.
well.
Yes, very simple. They remind me of very much of the Chevy Camaro. They're absolutely the same. I would even say they're absolutely the same. They
I wouldn't
have
be
no
surprised
difference.
if they get the same one from the
Yep.
Chevy Cruze.
Yeah, it's the way that the rings are placed and the odometer, speedometer, and the gauge cluster. It's exactly the same as the Camaro. So they're using the same parts.
Definitely.
Yeah, and even the steering wheel. Well, the Camaro steering wheel is a little bit sporty. It has a flat bottom, but I wouldn't mind that. This is what kind of people would prefer to drive this car?
I would say people who live in big cities.
And
I would say Los Angeles, New York.
so
Miami.
It's a commuter car. Is it a good commuter car?
I think it's really good. Maybe one of the best on the market.
That's true. With the gas mileage and the
With this gas mileage, with this technology in the car, like Apple CarPlay,
Android
spacious.
Auto.
Yeah, Android Auto, spacious. So I assume people who drive mostly in the city, let's say if you live in New York, you definitely get this car. It's a small car, you can park everywhere. It doesn't have backup camera with projection. All you need.
The backup camera is also really good, and the resolution is absolutely amazing too. I mean,
Quite well.
yeah, it's not some pixely.
The glove box actually is a pretty good size.
Oh well, yeah, you're right.
Pretty big for such a small car. Because the car is not big. I think it's pretty much the same size as Honda Civic.
Yeah, I would compare it to Honda Civic, and from the Toyota, it is a rivalry of the Corolla
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, one thing I don't like about this car is just one of the an external thing that I don't like. It's the rear lights. That's all.
Yeah.
From the front, I'll give them an A.
Yes, I'm agree. The front really looks very good. The back not so much.
It stands out. It's not something, top of the line.
So this is the view from inside, and I love the big screen. What do you think about that?
It is cool. So does it have satellite radio?
You can have that, yes.
Okay, but this current model doesn't.
Well, yeah, this doesn't have. But you can pay for that.
Yeah. Oh, you have to just subscribe for it, but it does offer a satellite radio.
Also, I love the way that this is laid out. It's very simple, and it's for all the cars pretty much the same, and they did it the same, so you can get in this car and you know where exactly it is. You know the climate settings.
You mean the climate is separate from the radio and the navigation system?
Yeah. And it's a physical buttons. You don't need to go in the infotainment system and adjust it. The shifter actually is very small, and it leaves you a lot of space here. So you have quite a lot of space here for storage. You have a pretty decent cubby here.
It's pretty deep, by the way.
Yeah. You have also 2 cup holders. You have your USB there and 12-volt outlet.
And an auxiliary port as well.
This is the glove box. And it's pretty decent. This is a soft touch as well.
Yeah, so we have soft touch here. That's hard plastic. I love this one. There is no piano black, which is good because it doesn't leave marks.
This is plasticky, but it's like a hard plastic, and it's really good. Really cool.
I really like the vents. The vents are huge, and you will never be. You will always be satisfied with the air blowing in your face or wherever, because you get a lot of airflow from these big vents.
Correct.
Alright guys, we're at the back of the Chevrolet Cruze. So the first impression when you sit at the back, what should I say? Well, there is a lot of leg room. I'm pretty much sitting behind myself, so you have a lot of knee room, leg room. You have headroom as well. It is comfortable, no leather seats, like we said, cloth material, and the mirrors are automatic. 4 of them are all automatic, not up, only down. You have another side cup holder right here, and pocket in the door.
See, the good thing is also you have a USB charging port there.
Yes, you also have a USB charging port over here, just one. You don't have a vent, which I really dislike, because
vent will be better, yes.
Yeah, I mean, cooling you down.
Do you have an armrest there?
In the middle, we do have an armrest with 2 cup holders.
Which is quite small, but it's a small car, small armrest. Makes sense.
I'm not very tall or long either, but see how I'm all the way, my elbow is all the way back, and my wrist is not really, it's reaching out, it's like sticking out. But it is a practical car, so I wouldn't really mind. But the cup holders are here, and yeah, that's it pretty much.
So guys, this is the trunk space. Actually, it's pretty decent. You have 13.9 cubic feet of space, and actually this comes with a spare tire. A lot of competitors, they just offer you fix and flat. That's a big plus for this car, and it's a really
full size.
It's not full size, but it has a pretty large opening for the trunk.
Alright guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.